All right, so it is now the next day. Yesterday I kind of ran out of time. I didn't want to keep recording, but you guys saw the bulk of it. I guess most of the work that's involved. I forgot to film the cleaning of the steam one, but basically, it's pretty straightforward, right? Get your milk frothing jug, put some detergent in it, one of those little packets, or maybe one of the tablets, or whatever it is that you use, or the people that use the powder that comes, I think it's what Carrie uses, the powder that comes in the little canister. You just kind of put like a half a teaspoon or something like that. And then you fill up your milk frothing jug to about halfway with water and froth the water. So basically you're gonna turn it on for about 8 seconds or so and turn it off, and then repeat the process 4 or 5 times, pretty much the same thing like the bag flush. Then after that, rinse everything well and put just plain water in your pitcher and do the same process. So again, froth the water for 4 or 5 times by starting and stopping the steam one. And basically that's it. That's all that's involved. This is a process that with a little practice, it should only take you 15 minutes, maybe something like that. Again, hopefully you guys saw a couple of little tips here that might help someone out there. And it's not one of the funnest videos to make, I gotta say. For me, I much rather make coffee and talk to you guys, just chit chat. But it is the kind of video that helps people find the channel, because it's the kind of things that people search for, right? People search for, how to back flush the Lelit Bianca, or how to clean my steam one, or something like that, and they run into the videos, and then they join our little team here. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining to you guys. Most of you guys are very familiar with this process. I'm the one that was learning, right? I'm kind of like trying to explain the thing as I go along and learn myself, because it's the very first time that I back flush the Bianca and that I do the cleaning. But we went over the water solution. I think that's also something very important that we had to cover eventually here on the channel, right? As to taking care of your machine, what kind of water to use, best practices and all that stuff. So, I commented on all of that stuff, right? So if you want to do best practice, maybe buy distilled water and the little packets that are specific for putting into your espresso machine. You should not use distilled water in your espresso machine. It's very corrosive and you'll rust it out, okay? So don't do that. Besides the fact that it won't extract coffee properly. You need minerals. And also for health reasons, you should not drink distilled water. You need water with minerals. All right, so that I think summarizes everything and kind of covers the process of back flushing the Bianca and how to clean your steam one and how to, replace the filter in the water tank. Again, that's very important because the filter in the Lelit Bianca is high quality. It's a filter that, it definitely gets the job done. So, don't sleep on it. Make sure you stay on top of that. And again, write it down so you can keep a schedule of when you're changing your filters. All right, but now it's the fun part, okay? So it's the next day, and that's one of the beautiful things about this hobby. Is something that you get to practice every single day. So it's okay. Tomorrow we'll make coffee again. So we're back. Let's go ahead and pull some shots. Now the idea today, I'm gonna revisit the 2 Hawaiian coffees that we reviewed so far. We're still missing the cow. That might be the next video from this one. But today we're gonna try to pull a shot of the Kona, and we'll try to pull a shot of that Maui coffee. Again, so far I gotta say that the Maui coffee, I have liked it better. I liked it better as filtered, and I've also liked it better as espresso. Not by a whole bunch because they are very similar, but I liked it a little bit better. So today we're gonna dial it in further. I think last time I said I was gonna try at 14 on the Kona. I think I'm gonna go all the way to 15 on the Maui coffee. Again, grinding on the niche. We'll pull a couple of shots and let's check it out. Let's see what we get today. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the 2 coffees and let's dose out. I decided to keep the Kona in one of my little Atmos canisters, and the one from Maui is in here. Again, this is not a perfect solution, but it has a nice rubber seal and they seal pretty good. Again, I think it's a little bit overrated, the thing about like having to go through your coffee so fast and but we're always looking for the best way of doing it, right? So one of the best ways of doing it is this method. So just get one of the little fellow Atmos canisters and use that. I have 2 of them, but the other one is being occupied at the moment by another coffee. You know, again, when you put your coffee into something like this, make sure that you keep something either on it or inside of it or something marking it, because believe me, you will forget what's in there. You will forget. So what I always do is either put the little bag that came with the coffee either on top like this or inside if I can, if it fits. Either that or maybe cut out the label or at least write a little note and stick it in there. Do something to mark it, because if you don't, believe me, you will forget. The other little canister does have, you know what, let's take a look at it. All right, so here's the other little canister, the other little Fellow Atmos canister. Let's see what's in it, because I don't remember. All right, you see, this is what I'm talking about. There's a little note inside, and it's the Lavazza Rosa. It's the last little bit of the Lavazza Rosa. I remember now, because when it started to like kind of run out, I put it in here because I have a specific video that I want to make with the last little bit of the Lavazza. So be on the lookout for that. We're gonna revisit that. And that's right, that's what I put in here. So again, you just twist them like this. It'll start becoming a little bit more difficult to turn. That's when you know you have a vacuum. There's a little dot here that kind of pushes in, and it's lit green. It's marked green inside, and you'll see it. You'll see it when you make the vacuum. And to release it, you just press the button, and the air comes out, and then you can take the top off. All right, so let me put this one away. So we got the Lavazza in here, and again, I'm planning a specific video with this coffee with the last little bit of it. I didn't weigh it, but it's gotta be like 20 grams in there, and I have something planned. Okay, so that's that. So I have some of these containers also to kind of put coffee into. It's not a best case scenario, but it works. And I also have this one. I've had this is actually the first one I ever got to like when I kind of started going down the rabbit hole of coffee making. But this one I could have used. Actually, this one's empty. I thought it had something in it, but it's empty. I could have used this one. Maybe I'll put it into this one. But you know, basically all they do is have a nice rubber seal on them. This one has the same kind of seal like this one. And yeah, so this is the different canisters that I have for keeping coffee fresh. If you get a bag that has a nice seal on it, like those Good Brother ones, the Good Brother bags are very high quality like this. These are very high quality, but I didn't see a way to get a really good seal on it. So, you know, therefore I have other ways of keeping the coffee, so why keep it in here, you know? But on the Good Brothers ones, I usually just keep them in the bag when it has a good seal, and it's usually perfectly okay. You don't have to do anything better than that. The Fellow Atmos is probably the best solution from what I have, but these two are kind of the same. They just make a good seal. But again, if your bag is good and it makes a good seal, you could just keep it in there. If you're gonna go through your coffee in a month and a half, you'll be perfectly fine. Let's dose out and let's do some pug prep. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do today is just run the machine and get some water out of it. It's something about all that soap in there that's making me kind of get a little crazy. But let's run it for a little bit, maybe 10 seconds or so, and get some of that water going. Again, just want to make sure that all the soap got out of there. I mean, the last flush I did, it was already coming very clear, the water and stuff. I didn't see any soap or anything, so it should be fine. You know, also, something that I never do, but I know it's good practice, is always to, before you lock in and you pull your shots, it's always good to run your machine for like 2 or 3 seconds and get some of the water out, and then lock in and pull your shots. I never do that, but I do know that it's good practice. So if you guys can maybe let me know what you guys think about that. I know that everyone says that, you know, run your machine 2-3 seconds and then you lock in and then you pull your shot. Getting that water that's kind of siphoning through the system and heating everything up, getting some of that water out is supposed to be a good practice, but you know, I don't know why, and I almost never do that. So maybe you guys can help me out. Let me know. All right, let's dose out our 18 grams. You know, guys, I have never claimed to be an expert on anything, okay? So I need you guys' help just as much as I'm here to try to give you guys little pointers here and there. I think I'm gonna start with the Kona. So yeah, a lot of you guys watching, I consider you guys experts. And like I always say, I'm just some dude trying to figure it out. Okay, so I'm right between 17.9 and 18. Let's see what we get from the niche. Again, this one I'm gonna do at 14. All right, let's see if we got 18 out. Well, 17.9, but we were in between 17.9 and 18, so pretty much same thing we put in, same thing we got out. So we're gonna start with the Kona. Let me do the declumping that I always do now in the cup. Wow, it smells great. Jeez. Something about that Kona got a really nice scent. Although I have not, so far, I haven't been impressed with the flavor. It's perfectly okay. It's good coffee. It's really nice, but you know, I have to say it's not. It was not spectacular. You know, so another thing I meant to show you guys was the difference in the size of the beans. So let me see if I can show you a good example. You know, I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the camera, but let's see. Oh, you'll definitely be able to tell. It's all right. It's more noticeable than even I thought. So, all right, check this out. All right, I hope that's focused there. But here's the Kona. These are the Kona, and this is the Maui. Look at the size difference. Again, roast level. Roast level is about the same. They look pretty much the same. But wow, you can see the beans are like way different in size, right? All right, anyway, I just thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, so let me get the scale out of the way. And now we use the thin needles. Again, as far as WDT technique, just make circles and start working your way from the bottom to the top. Just making circles, take your time. Make sure you have the same density of coffee everywhere. Make sure at the end everything is nice and flat. There's no clumps. Okay, so let's give it a little tap. And now we tamp. And I used the Lelit tamper today. This one is just so much easier for me. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every time when I'm tamping, my knuckles crack. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Okay, it's nice and even. I had it was a little bit off. It was a little bit higher on this side, but it's nice and even now. We got a little coffee out today. Okay, well, that's way in there. I think maybe I should have gone at 15. This is still, I haven't even pulled the shot, but I have a feeling this is still gonna be a slow shot. Okay, so again, the puck screen, very important to keep your machine clean. Doesn't do anything else. It's just kind of like, some people say it helps to disperse the water, but that's debatable. There's a lot of people that have done tests and different, and they can't find any difference in the extraction or the flavor or anything else. But it definitely helps with keeping your shower screen and the inside of your machine clean. As you guys saw when we did the the back flush, the water that I kept getting out was perfectly clear. There was no coffee grounds in there. The machine was very, very clean. And that was after, like 3 months of use. Although, I don't use my machine a ton, okay? I only pull maybe, 4 or 5 shots a week. So if you're using it every day, 4 or 5 shots, well, maybe you have to do more frequent cleanings. Okay, so now we gotta get all the cameras set up and all the angles and all the stuff, and we're gonna pull the first shot. All right, so I should have all the angles going. Everything should be set up and ready to go. Let's see if I don't mess anything up here today. All right, so let's get the Akaya up here. You guys saw last time, again, a little glitch with the timer, right? The shot ended, the thing kept timing for like 15 seconds. And with the Akaya, it's just every time, it just seems to just work perfect. So, I called that one. I already called it. Okay, so we're kind of all set up, I believe, here and ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna shoot for 18 grams in and 45 grams out. That's a 1 to 2.5 ratio. And we'll try to do that in around 40 seconds at 9 bar, but with let's try 20-second pre-infusion. So 20-second pre-infusion and maybe about double that, maybe about 40-second at 9 bar. So like a minute long shot. Let's see if it works out. Again, last time it was a minute and a half. So I think it tasted fine. It was a little bit, there was a tiny bitterness, but hopefully with the extra 30 seconds faster, we can get rid of that. Okay, so here we go. As soon as it starts to build pressure, I'll start to close the paddle here to kind of leave it at around 2.5 bar. And then at around 20 seconds, we'll ramp up slow. We got first drip. I think I went too slow, but okay, we're at 9 bar. Again, now we're looking for 45 grams out. I see that the stream hasn't come together. Well, it just did. It just did. I wonder how that looked. Okay, so we ended up with 43.9. So 43.9 in 32 seconds, 50-second total shot time. No, this is pretty good. This is what I want. So we'll look at the taste. I mean, it's way faster than last time. We'll take a look as far as flavor, but wow. As far as timing, I got it spot on to what I wanted. My ramp up, I do admit, was a bit slow, but let's see. Maybe everything worked out in my favor here. So as long as the taste is on point, that's all that matters, right? I'm gonna give it a quick taste test here for you guys. Let you know what I think really quick. Let me swirl it a little bit. Okay, aroma, as far as espresso, you get more aroma from this coffee than from the filtered. All right, definitely more acidity than last time. There's no doubt about it. Let me try again. Wow, it is better than last time. Absolutely. Smoother. Yeah, definitely smoother. I don't have a ton of sweetness this time, but the tasting notes are more present, more there, obviously, because it brewed faster. The brightness, acidity comes up, and you can kind of taste those nuanced flavors a little bit better. I lost a little bit of the sweetness, let's say, and definitely there's no bitterness whatsoever in this coffee right now. So let's dose out the 18 grams of the Maui and see if I like it better this time also. All right, so let's dose out 18 grams of the Maui coffee. Okay, we're right at 18. And let's see what we get from the niche on this one. Okay, the niche is set at 15 for this coffee. I want to speed it up further from what we got last time, and let's see what we get. Okay, so we're right at 15. Okay, we had a little retention, 17.7. Let's try the little plunger. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's see how my technique does today. See if I don't get a bunch of dust. I get nice little controlled little pulses. Don't get too crazy. All right, let's check it. I didn't see anything come out, but you know, it's hard to see that coffee dust. Oh, okay, so we got a 0.2 back. So at 17.9, I'm good. We're gonna roll with that. Okay, you guys see it, the little plunger works. Okay, so we will continue here with our puck prep. Okay, give myself some room. You know, there's a possibility of channeling on that last shot. Okay, maybe, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I do see like a couple little spots on my counter. It could have been from splashing perhaps, but you know, I don't know. We could have had a little bit of channeling. I'll look carefully and report back next week. I'm not sure if I showed you guys already last week's shot, but if I didn't, I'm gonna include it right here on the video. So, you know, last week we didn't have any channeling again. It was, to me, it looked perfect. Let's see what we get today. Okay, so we want to keep it at around 2.5 bars. As soon as I hit 25 seconds, I'll start ramping up. Okay, here we go. We got first drip. Well, I did a really good job with the ramp up today. We're at 9 bars. I see how it hasn't come together yet. Oh, I think it just did. Okay, so again, this shot is gonna be a little bit slow. I'm gonna have to grind coarser. We're right on 9 bars. We're looking for 45 grams. Okay, we ended up 45.3 grams. Total shot time is the one on the machine, 79 seconds, and from first drip, 49 seconds. So moving forward, we'll always kind of do this routine where I show you guys the previous shots to so you could look carefully. I'll put it full screen so you could look carefully for the channeling and see if we get it. I think that's kind of fun. Okay, so moving from shot to shot, all I do is I rinse my portafilter and my puck screen. I rinse it out well. I lock it back in while I'm doing, you know, my next dose and grinding the coffee, all that stuff that's already heating up. Then what I do, I run it for a few seconds. Okay, I run it for a few seconds. That's gonna get my puck screen. It's in here, by the way. I leave it inside of here so it could get hot as well. So now everything's up to temperature and we can pull our second shot. Okay, that one didn't go so well. But anyway, that's just excuses. It's my technique, guys. It's my technique. Okay, now we declump with the thin needles. Not that there's any clumps, but the main thing I want to do here is distribute the coffee and make sure that it's the same density everywhere. Okay, at the end, just leave it nice and even everywhere. Give it a small tap, and we tamp again. You know, with the other coffee, I thought that it was way in there and that we were gonna get a slow shot, but we didn't. Okay. All right, overall, I think I did a better puck prep this time. Again, it's way in there, same like last time. We ground this one a little bit coarser because I think this coffee, the Maui coffee, was running a little bit slower than the Kona. I think I ground it coarser, and yet the shot was still a little bit slow. I think at 15, I'll be in the same range as the previous shot. Let's see if it works out. All right, so puck screen. Let's lock in and I'll bring you guys in closer, give you all the angles, and we'll pull our second shot. All right, so I got all the cameras, all the angles. Let's go for our second shot here. Start the Akaya. Okay, so same idea. We're trying to get, you know, our 45 grams in somewhere around 35 seconds or 40 seconds at 9 bar, and with a 20-second pre-infusion. So somewhere again around 60 seconds total shot time. Let's see if we can accomplish that and get no channeling, or at least minimal channeling like we've gotten so far. Here we go. As soon as we start building pressure, again, I'll close the paddle, leave it at around 2.5 bar until we hit 20 seconds. Okay, now we ramp up slow. Okay, this shot is gonna be slower than the last one for sure. Wow, and I'm at 15. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to look at last week's video to see this Maui coffee where I ground it. Maybe I made a mistake here. And we're looking for 45 grams. We're at 9 bars. Okay, we ended up at 45.4, 48 seconds from first drip, a total of 72 seconds. So I want it to be at 60. This shot ran for about 15 seconds too long, and I'm at 15. So maybe next time I go to 16 or maybe even 17. It didn't seem to speed up a whole lot, but maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I don't remember exactly what it was last week. You know what? This shot looks prettier, but for some reason, whenever I pull these longer, slower shots, they just end up looking prettier. So yeah, I got a little bit of the little, what I call the tiger striping. Maybe that's not even that, but yeah, this shot just seems prettier to me. All right, let me show you guys the shot, but this shot just ended up prettier in my opinion. Looks nicer. I'm gonna give it a quick taste, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Okay, so let me put the camera down, give it a quick taste. Swirl it. All right, you know, it's kind of obvious, but you know, a little bit less acidity, still very smooth, a little bit sweeter. I actually like this shot. I like this one better. I don't know how much of that is the the Maui coffee, which I've been, I keep saying I've been enjoying a little bit more, but you know, or how much of it is the shot time, that it was different and this one was a longer extraction, and to me the coffee is a little bit sweeter. Definitely. I don't even need to go to the other counter to tell you, but this coffee to me just tastes better. So let's get to the other counter and wrap things up. All right, so we got our 2 shots. Again, this one here is the Kona. Okay, it's still nice and warm. Obviously, it's not gonna be hot like the other one, but yeah, it's definitely better than the first shot I pulled, which was, again, a little bit over extracted. It did have a little bit of bitterness, and I couldn't taste as much of the nuances of the coffee as I am getting here today. So, but let's compare to the Maui. Yeah, this one has just a little bit more sweetness. In my opinion, a little bit smoother. But those nuanced flavors, those little kind of flavors in the background, they kind of get lost a little bit. So it depends how much you value that. If you value the sweetness more, then I think brewing it this way is gonna be better. If you value higher acidity and to kind of taste a little bit more of those little nuanced flavors, then you might enjoy this one more. They're very similar coffees. You know, a little nuttiness, fruity, sweet, smooth. Again, if you look at the 2 videos previous to this one, if I don't somehow end up splitting this video up, because I have a feeling this is gonna become like ridiculously long. We did the cleaning, we did the filter change, we talked so much about the maintenance, and then I got into the brewing. This video might just end up getting split up. If it did, then this video is just about comparing these 2 coffees. If it didn't, this video is the final part of when we clean the machine. So, you know, but we already reviewed both of these coffees on the channel, and you will find the videos previous to this one, maybe 1 or 2 videos back, you'll see where I reviewed these 2 coffees. And we have one more coffee to review from Big Island Roasters, the one from Cal. I'm expecting great things about it, being that the one I brought back from Seattle was so wonderful. I really loved it. You know, these coffees are very similar. They're sweet. They're not, you know, they don't have a ton of highs and lows. I think as espresso, you will get more highs and lows. And I think as espresso, it's better than as filtered. But you can use it for both methods. You won't get any bitterness or anything from the filtered. It is very smooth still. You can dial it in to where the flavors are somewhat gentle. They're not overwhelming, and just a nice, sweet, smooth coffee. You know, what else can I say? We'll see when we try the cow. And being that this video is already gonna get like super long. Oh, by the way, on the second shot, I didn't notice any signs of channeling. I think overall, the second shot is gonna end up being a better shot. I mean, it tasted better to me. I think the extraction was better. It looked better. And even the channeling, I have a feeling in the first one, we might've gotten a tiny bit. In the second shot, I think we didn't get any at all. But again, next week, I'll show both of these shots in full screen. You'll see the whole thing, and I'll talk about it to see if I do notice some kind of channeling, I'll point it out and let you guys know. But other than that, man, I think I chit-chatted enough for today. If this ends up being just one video, it's gonna be like an hour and a half or something. Oh, I have a feeling now that I'm gonna have to end up splitting up this video. So if you see that this video is only like 20-30 minutes, there was another part of this that started yesterday where we talked about, you know, how to maintain the Lelit Bianca, how to do the bag flush, the detergent that I use for doing that, my water solution, what kind of water I'm using in the Bianca, and all of that good stuff, which is good information. There's a couple of tips there that could help somebody that's looking for, you know, information as to maintenance, you know, how to replace the filter inside the Lelit Bianca, which is, it's not tricky, but you know, it helps if you already saw someone do it, so you don't have any kind of little hiccups, okay? I also gave a little tip as to how to slide the machine on the counter, making it real easy to move it around instead of like lifting this thing that weighs like 50 pounds and you're like all uncomfortable leaning over to try to lift it. So anyway, we talked a whole bunch. I have a feeling this video is gonna end up getting split up. So, but anyway, it is what it is. Look at the previous videos. Join us here in our little coffee club, become part of our team. I want to welcome some of the new subscribers. Every time we get a few more trickling in, thank you guys for joining us here. Hopefully, you know, I entertain you once a week. Every Sunday at 7 a.m. I put up a new video, and hopefully, you know, I entertain you, keep you company for a little while. Maybe you get a laugh here and there, and perhaps you pick up a tip, one or two tips here and there, and I learned from you guys a whole bunch. I never claim to be an expert on anything. I'm just trying to keep you company for a while and learn from you guys. So comment below, let me know what you thought. If you saw me make some kind of mistake, help me out. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish these two, believe me.